Of course, he had his stand up, and I watched the whole thing. So this is my take on the Chris Rock stand up. First of all, Chris Rock, I think he should have. I know he should have. He should have put the Will Smith stuff at the beginning. He put it at the very end, because what happens is you have social media and the people. From what I've seen, it's more like 70-30. 70 is not good, not funny. I didn't laugh at all. Then you have 30 saying it is, and that's what's going to happen when a legend comes out and we haven't seen him in a while do a significant comedy special. So, but I think what you do is, because you know why we're here and we know why you're here.
But I think that's why I put it at the back.
Yeah, but what I think is you got all of these. So in the beginning, you got all of these jokes where it's just like, whatever. You got us waiting, and I think that's why you have the resounding amount of people, even subconsciously, they just thinking like, this is not good. It's not whatever, because he got these. Oh, my daughter is rich but still hood, and they can speak 5 languages, and he's telling different jokes about his rich daughters. You got that part, and then you got some other stuff, and it just it was like okay, really not funny, but it was some parts that were okay, and then you get to the Will part, right? I think if you come out and you just address the elephant in the room right away, right, and then you just do your best to try to keep that momentum. I think the whole feeling on that changes. Versus you coming in and slow and then trying to hit the Will thing last. But whatever, tomatoes. But what I thought was interesting was he hit the Will Smith thing, and he did incorporate like actual jokes around it. So I think that it definitely was worth touching, and I definitely think that part was pretty good. But outside of that, it was just like, you could definitely do without.
I'm not a stand-up guy, so I don't have like a great, aspirations for watching these things. But yeah, I mean, I think he definitely had to, and I think you make a strategic decision. It's like, go with what you said, hit him with the best stuff that everyone wants to hear right away, or no. And I think most formats of television or any show building, they like to tease you and drag you along. Yeah. They know they've got something we definitely want to see. Yeah. But so they'll soak us through 40 minutes before they give us what we want. Yeah. That's just what it is. Yeah.
It just is what it is.
I mean, so that's kind of like I guess the old traditional way of doing things. But I think if you came out of the box with it, that's a little bit more like, hey, I'm just gonna flip the dynamic here and do it like that.
Yeah.
But I mean the night was what it was. I mean, when it happened, he won the night. Will looked like a complete idiot. His wife looked like a complete idiot. Like they just lost that. There's no coming back from them. I saw something on the way here. It's like Jada inside friends say that Chris Rock's obsessed with her. Like, really? Like, really? You've been a weird little cunt for about 10 years.
Yeah.
Nobody's obsessed with you.
No.
Nobody. Just people want you to go away with your fucking red table talk. Shove that red thing up your ass.
No, and I what I didn't like about it was, like I said, pre-show, Chris Rock is a guy who, first of all, as far as when comparing him to legends, you either like him or you hate him, and you can say that about a lot of people. But he curses a lot in his comedy. He's surface level, and he doesn't like he doesn't have a lot of like knee slappers like moments throughout comedy and throughout his stand up comedy. And I wouldn't place him in my top 5 or barely top 10 for me, if that. And that's the reason for it. And in here, when he's talking about the Will Smith thing, Chris Rock is a guy who he always talking about where he comes from and the hood and how good he is and this and that and then but he's complaining about Will Smith coming up to slap him, and Will Smith being a bigger guy, and Will Smith he's a bitch for picking on a smaller guy. That was the essence of that joke, of basically the entire Will Smith joke. And it's just like, well, if you're such a hood guy and this is not, but you have to have some type of self-awareness. You made a joke about a guy's wife. The guy's he has to get up, walk 20 yards to come to, like, where is your? I'm not saying to fight back. You don't have to fight back, because his last joke to end the entire thing, it was a mic drop or something about his mama told him not to fight in front of white people, and right. And yeah, I'm not saying to fight, but where's your flight like where's your run at? Run, flight or fight? You're just gonna stay there and get bitch slapped?
I disagree with you.
But
I think taking the bitch slap was the best move there was.
No,
100%.
It's not the best move, because
It was.
no, it's
Because he won that night. Okay,
he was gonna win regardless.
No.
I'm not saying to fight. I'm not saying to fight.
But what else do you do? Do you
move
duck him
out
and
of
then
the way?
That you duck him and then scramble away? No, that wouldn't have had the same at all. Because he ended up being like kind of like the exalted victim of the situation, because he actually got hit. If he didn't actually get hit, if he kind of dips out of the way and it's a partial or it's a clean miss, it's not even a story.
Yeah, but he's just a smaller bee than what Will is. I mean, it's not that big of a difference. It's like, because I don't know why this joke always resonates, but it's just like Kodak said. He tweeted it right after. He's like, what did Chris Rock think, that Will was coming up to hug him? I mean, like, it doesn't take a rocket science to know what this man is walking up to do. Like, it just doesn't take rocket science.
Yeah.
Like, and it could have been worse. What if Will would have just all out tried to really knock his ass out? You gonna take that too?
But
you were taking whatever he was given.
But that point, you probably felt he was a bitch coming up.
No.
Yeah.
That's not you. But you don't know. Like you're there to take whatever this man gives you. That's your decision in this moment.
No, I agree with it, man. I think you made him look so bad by doing that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I mean, like, just think of the different possible scenarios. He ducks out of the way. What happens there? Then what?
Doesn't get hit.
Okay.
You still win because Will Smith was the aggressor. It's not the same. But when you say win, what's win? What's win?
Because he came out better than Will Smith. Like, he let Will Smith just die on the vine there for what he did.
Will Smith was going to die on the vine anyway.
No.
He was.
You slap a guy. You slap a guy. You didn't deck one punch a guy. You slapped a guy on fucking national TV who decided he didn't think enough of you to defend himself. That's what we're talking about.
No.
I mean, it's totally different. Okay, like if Chris sees him coming, drops the mic, takes his jacket off, and goes at him, like, that's different. Maybe Chris Way. I don't know. But you just let this deranged, sad, pathetic dude have this one moment of idiotic glory because you thought you were being a man, but you were being a bitch. He got played so bad by just taking a one shot.
Yeah,
that's 100% win. Anything else would have diminished the purity of that victory.
Of that moment, yeah. We have our next call in. You're on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink. Who are we speaking to here?
I mean, it's the one and only Jimmy Green. How are you guys doing
God.
That is not excitement to hear my voice, though.
You're the first female caller of the night. The only female caller of the night.
Well, you guys didn't have any controversial things that you were speaking about tonight, so I was waiting for my moment, but it never came.
But
we left this as an open forum for anyone to call in with anything on their mind.
Anything and everything.
I don't like to intentionally get myself riled up, okay?
You didn't have to be riled up. You could have just come in and said something composed.
No, I saw that you guys are ending the show, so I was like, let me call.
All right.
Listen, the whole Chris Rock and Will Smith thing? No, not at all.
Okay.
Well, I mean about Chris Rock and Will Smith.
Yeah.
I think that I really wish Will Smith would have punched him in the face.
Why? You're all Will Smith on this?
I just don't like Chris Rock. I never have. I think he has a thing.
Because the women. Yeah, that's another thing.
Wait, what is it?
It's always the women for me. Come on. Always.
Chris Rock has a history of jokes cracking about women, black women in particular.
Black women.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say black women, not just women, black women.
That's true. He does. Yeah.
And so Will Smith should have really took his head off. I was really disappointed that,
You were disappointed.
Yeah, but see, your ostensible hero is such a fucking bitch. He couldn't rise to the moment.
Oh, I know.
This is who you throw your lot with.
I mean, in this instant, yes, yeah.
The slapper of defenseless comedians.
He was not defenseless.
He was.
He runs his mouth too much. He fucked around and found out. He runs his mouth too much. Talks too much.
He found out that Will Smith permanently diminished his own fucking career.
But he really hasn't. Has he though?
He has.
Has he?
100%.
I mean, people still like him the same.
Projects were taken off the table. He
got them back.
No, he didn't get them back.
He got a few of them back.
He just had a movie that went and did pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see.
He had to go. Notice this though. I didn't watch it, but he had to go into like a historical acting movie. No, because that's significant. He didn't just roll out another tired Will Smith movie.
Yeah.
He actually tried to play a character.
I mean, I didn't watch Emancipation even.
I don't. Yeah, exactly.
Movies,
so let's not talk too much about him getting his career back.
But it did good. I mean, it did decent. It did, fairly. I don't think his reputation is turned to shit off. I think he'll be fine.
I think you're insane if you think that.
I know you do. But I think he's gonna be all right. In the black community anyway, he'll be fine.
Was he really a big hero to black people though?
Who's that?
Will Smith.
It's something that for us, even as Bubba, like at our family reunions and get together, somebody always gets slapped.
It's the show. The rap is like a side thing.
That's how he came up.
It's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's how he came up.
He's
a rapper.
Yeah, but we recognize him for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and then the movies, and then like the music is like side. It's like,
because it was
we really don't recognize his rap career.
His music sucked.
I mean,
his music is
bad. We weren't going to Will Smith for music. I mean, it was okay. You got the Summertime. Summertime is a hit.
Yeah,
and I don't know.
That was the one hit, though.
Yeah,
that was the one hit.
There's one memorable song in his whole catalog.
Listen,
I think he is about as corny and useless as a person has ever been.
He was bad in this moment, but
no, in life.
No, I don't think so. I think
not in life.
Yeah.
I want to put more blame on her. I want to
100%
remove some blame from him and put more on her because he was battered, man. He's beat up. He's beat the shit.
No, I said that at the time.
And I understand the only thing. Okay, you leave her, but I understand it's a lot of other politics and things involved in leaving her at a given time.
No, he is a battered spouse.
Yeah. And
he reached
his limit that night.
Reached his limit that night. He's like the guy that gets molested young and then goes on to molest others. Oh my God. That's your hero, Will Smith.
My God. Brian, honestly.
That's true.
Cut it out. But I
that's
agree
true.
with you guys that Jada definitely played a humongous role in this shitstorm, for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I can't even defend her. I will
He should have slapped her instead of Chris Rock.
I can't defend her. First of all, relax. Absolutely not.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
Why not?
But I mean, maybe she was doing that in the bedroom.
You slapped the wrong little boy.
Oh, right. You know what? Anyway, I'm not even getting into this with you.
But
anyway,
they say that the movie bombed in the box office.
Emancipation?
Yeah.
Did it go to the theater? I thought it just went to Amazon Prime.
Oh, I thought it just went to streaming. Oh, I didn't know it was in the theater.
But for some reason, they still have the box. They still have the numbers.
I mean, has anybody admitted seeing it other than Chris Rock?
You know what?
I want to see it.
No one wants to watch slave movies anymore. We're over slave movies.
Yeah, I think that's another.
I want to watch movies about black anarchy. That's what I like. Pandemonium, chaos.
Okay.
I want to see us burning stuff down. That's all. No more slave movies. We're past that.